If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, GMS fam, the green room. We have made it to see another one. It is 2024, officially on the first day. Happy Monday to everybody, man. I'm so glad that y'all are here. I'm so glad that y'all made it. To those that we lost along the way, rest in heavenly peace. We got you from here on out. GMS fam, the green room. I hope y'all doing well. I hope some of y'all are not hungover. I hope y'all brought in the New Year's the right way. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Share this live if you will. And you know we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward. Hoping that you all pass it along yourselves. Like I said, once again, hit that like button, GMS fam, tap into that live chat. Let me know where you tuning in from, man. Shout out your city, man. Do you like your city? Shout it out. Let me know where you tuning in from. Golden Radio Hour, what's going on? Aries, baby, G Vel is in the building. Still Elite is in the building. King Lukey, my guy, my Minnesota brethren is here. Team 642. Hey, what's going on? All the soil, I see you. Peace signs up. We made it to another year, man. And I'm telling you right now, it's only going to go up from here. Now, there's a lot of things that has taken place. And I am so surprised at the way at the way life has just panned out for the you know, every time the end of the year comes, something crazy happens, something shocking happens, something that, you know, it's always that last thing, right? Well, the person that got put on the chopping block is none other than DJ Akademiks himself, somebody who frequently talks about a lot of people and talks about a lot of people's situations in a very interesting and very straightforward way, if you will. Recently, you know, Diddy has been somebody who has gotten himself into some hot water, multiple accusations, things of that nature, people being added into his freak-offs, such as Pastor TD Swallows. And here we are with more information that has come out about another important figure in the hip-hop media space. Akademiks, now it started with him revealing that he got $500,000 in cash stolen from him by his girlfriend, who is probably now his ex-girlfriend. I don't know. Who knows? He says he's very forgiving. I mean, he's taking girls back for worse, I guess. So who knows if that's still his girlfriend or not. But she was his girlfriend when she robbed him of $500,000 in cash. See, Akademiks explained that he would keep cash on him because he gambles. Now, he said he kept $1 million in cash in his house, in random parts of his house, random safes and random little spaces in his house. He said that this girl collectively, because he said that he has a money counter, he likes to use it. He said one day he just wanted to count his money. He said he used a little bit of it, so he should have had at least $900K, $950K. He used his money counter only to realize that he had $400,000 and not $1 million. First of all, $1 million in cash looks a lot different than $400,000 in cash. I don't know how he didn't notice. Or maybe he did and just wanted to make the count to make sure that he wasn't tripping. Now, apparently this girl took $500,000, $500,000 in cash, stuffed it in different tube socks in different places, and brought it to somewhere where she was going to move. He found this out. He saw it on the security cameras, all this other shit. Matter of fact, I'm going to let Akademiks himself explain to you what happened.
She sucks some dick. I fall asleep. She run through, try to get him out emails. Oh, let me see if I can find out something about you. Like, what? Before we even got here, she was like, yo, I'm going to tell the world, oh, you're not a millionaire.
Blessings.
Gang, see my TD account, nigga, with $400,000. Nigga, I got tens of millions in motherfucking stocks and bonds. Nigga, the fuck is you talking about? But this is what this woman really thinks she got over a nigga. She want to be in your bank account. She want to be in every single thing about you. Now, let me tell you, this is going to be the most egregious thing, I swear. This is going to be the most egregious thing. And if anybody, and if she actually denies this, I got all the proof. I could have had this woman in jail for 40 years. Are y'all listening to me? For 40 years. This is how forgiving I am, and this is why y'all gonna call me a simp, and I'm gonna take it. Chat. There was a point. I don't know more. So for all y'all niggas who think y'all got it, y'all just gonna come get a different result. There's a time I used to have $1 million cash in my crib. That's a fact. Do you know this bitch stole $500,000 from me? Cash.
The hurt in his face. Look at the hurt in his face when he says
this bitch stole $500,000 from me.
That's not funny, but it's like, look at his face. I don't know what it's like to get $500,000 stolen from me, but I could imagine that it would make me feel exactly like this. he is befuddled.
Cash. Bro, I had them in safes and all type of shit. Nigga, I'm not checking the money all the time. I had money just sitting there. I gamble, nigga. When I gamble, I pick money up cash. When Shorty moved to Houston, like whatever, you know, we like broke up or whatever. Not really peeping shit. Nigga, I got $1 million in cash. $1 million. Not talking about 50, $1 million. One day, I get a new money counter. I said, let me try my new money counter, and I get the bands. So I like count my money and wrapping the bands around them shits. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're not like that. I'm sorry. So I'm counting my money.
He trying his hardest not to look like, you know what I'm saying, not to feel like he just got holed out by his girlfriend. He trying really hard, man. Respect to act, though. Respect to act. I'm just saying, some niggas be trying to compensate for certain things. I don't want him to try to compensate for this move, because he still took the girl back and still dealt with her afterwards. So while you talking about all this shit, she pulled a heavy move on you, and she still was able to come around you and had the space to allow her to do extra shit.
My nigga, I had $1 million. I remember I had $1 million. Now I might have given my mom like 30 grand here. I might have, but I should have like definitely over like 950. Definitely 900. 900,000. I count my money. I got $400,000.
Now, we're talking about the same girl who had a friend try to come through with two other guys and rob DJ Akademiks. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this. I spoke about this before, right? This is a whole nother story. One of these girls' friends got DJ Akademiks' address. She brought two guys with her, drove across the country. They had Dracos, all types of shit. They came, pulled up on his house. And when they were supposed to come through a certain door, a specific door, and he said this was a specific door they were coming to, before they did, his girlfriend who was there at the time went and locked the door. Now, this guy, who may have had love blind his judgment, thought that this was just a sign from God or was just divine timing. You know what I said when this happened? And people was like, nah, man, you thinking too hard. I said, this girl thought about it last minute and knew that this can go very left for either them, her people, or for Akademiks. Because I'm sure he's not going to give up his shit that easily. As much as, you know, y'all might be like, oh, act a bitch or act soft. If I'm somebody who has access to weaponry, I'm going to use it. I don't care if I'm from the hood or not. If you come into my house and you got guns blazing, you trying to rob me, well, it's going to be a shootout in this motherfucker for sure. She probably thought about all the scenarios in her head, got a change of heart, and decided to lock that door. Now, Akademiks said that he saw on his cameras the people that came up, they had guns, all this shit. They got the license plates. He found out who it was. He knew that it was his girl's friend. And they, pressed charges. The two dudes are locked up right now for attempted robbery and other shit. I think the girl is locked up too. But he stayed with the girl. And I said, no, this don't seem right. This don't sound right. That sounds like somebody who tried to orchestrate setting somebody up and then got a change of heart and change their mind. I said he had to watch out for that girl. And it's crazy because after that instance happened, man, I said, it's crazy because if she's still around, we don't see her like that now. Maybe she calmed down. Maybe she's chilling out. Maybe she understands the repercussions that can come from her actions and the things that she does. We talking about the same girl that was throwing Red Bull cans and smashing eggs on his face on live. And it's crazy because I get it. He allowed it. He allowed her to be there. The prize. That's another crazy thing. You can't call yourself the prize, but then allow these things to happen to you and be so forgiving. If you are the prize, move that bitch to the side. She's toxic. She's violent. She's not conducive to your business. She's cutting off live streams during his live streams where he makes money at. The money that she likes to go and rob and steal and take and use. Like, these are the type of individuals who don't think. Like, you cannot have this type of toxicity around you. But for some reason, I don't know what it was. And he still ain't explained what it was, why he kept this girl around for so long. If you are the prize, if you know your worth, why the fuck are you allowing this individual to come and cause chaos in your life? That's crazy. Now, we haven't been seeing her all types of stuff. But then this story pops up of him revealing that she stole $500,000 from him. Now, we're going to keep going because he revealed another story. These two stories play into each other because you'll see what I'm getting to in a minute. You'll see how crazy the internet is. Akademiks is being accused of sexual assault right now. A girl came out and said that he sexually assaulted her and they got it on video. There was a whole kit that was done. Law enforcement was involved. There was a whole investigation. Akademiks' house got raided because of this incident. They took all his cameras out of his house to check footage and all of that shit. This already happened, right? Here's him describing what happened that night.
I'm shaming her now. I'm shaming her. I said to her, yo, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, bro. And you came to my house and had two niggas just fuck you raw. I ain't seen no condom, no nothing. I said, yo, you should go get tested, man. Like, you done. I said, that's wild, yo. You should go get tested, bro. And from that moment, she started because the denial shifted, and she kept trying to pivot on the denial to, yo, send me the video. Yo, I'm pretty sure I didn't fuck him. And I'm like, bro, you fucked him. And she was like, no, look again. And now I'm getting super tight because I'm like, bro, I'm not about to watch this video if you getting fucked, my nigga. Like, it's on my surveillance. Like, bro, I was fucking with you. Like, what? You want me to watch the video if you getting fucked? Cool. She keeps saying that, whatever. She then tells me, by the way, I ain't gonna lie, and I'm gonna keep it being about everything. My homies did not tell me they fucked her. At that point, I only seen on my security cam. My homies
red flag
did not tell. Remember, they woke me up that night. Yo, let us out. Let us out the crib.
Another red flag.
Or lock the crib. They did not tell me they fucked the bitch that came for me. They never told me that. You know when that conversation happened?
Now, here's the crazy part about this whole story here. Akademiks, right? He told this story, and off top, it sounds like his homies did some weird shit. Now the girl in question, from Akademiks, not just his recollection, but from actual CCTV footage that he got from his house, saw them having sexual relations. Akademiks saw it. He watched it on video. Excuse me. I would hope that if Akademiks saw a girl being sexually assaulted, he would acknowledge that on camera. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a cough. You would hope that he would acknowledge that part of the story or admit when his friends did something wrong or move around, right? But from his recollection, from what he saw on camera, he saw consenting adults engaging in sexual activities. Right? Yes, the Tupac situation. Now, this girl heard about what was happening, and she decided that she wanted to respond to everything that was going on. But before I play that part, I need y'all to see this. So during all the shit that was going on with Akademiks and his girlfriend, the one that stole money from him and caused all these problems, his YouTube channel went live, or his whole stream went live everywhere. He started streaming from everywhere randomly, and the stream started with nobody there at all, and all you could hear was his girl screaming. Listen. Somebody that would scream bloody murder like that because you exposed them for robbing you for $500,000. This is what he's saying, and I don't take his word lightly for it, because we've seen her do extreme things on stream. She egged this man in the face. She would assault this man on stream. Now, as disturbing as that sounds, please understand that this comes from a place of psycho, whatever you want to call it. This is a crazy bitch. We're talking about the girl that just got arrested for a felony. Let me tell you, he revealed that the cops got called to his house 40 times over the past year because of her. His mom called the police so that she can get locked up on a felony charge. He didn't want her to get locked up. He told them, is there a way she can just leave? They're like, no, at this point, we have been here so much that it's now about protecting you. The cop said no. The cop said, fuck your request of just letting her go because she's just going to come back. We need to take her in. Now, I also want to point this out. Imagine if this was a man in this situation doing the same things his girl is doing. There's no 40 calls to the police station and them coming and going. No, you getting locked up on the first assault. You getting locked up on the first domestic. Why they gave her so many chances, I don't know. Why Act gave her so many chances, I don't know. But that's a story for something else. But what they did was, now I brought this up because those two stories went viral. The story of him getting $500,000 stolen from him and the story of the girl he invited over that got smashed by his two friends. What the internet did was take those two stories and combine them. So they didn't make it about two different women. They made it about one. They combined two different girls. So what happened was they get the footage of his girlfriend who got arrested screaming bloody murder like you heard in this video. They get that footage, they put it on Twitter and say, Akademiks catches his girlfriend smashing his friends in his house, which wasn't the case. So he retweeted, he said, fake news. This video is a drunk woman who never got smashed by nobody's friends, aka his girlfriend. She's screaming because she seen blogs posted a clip of me talking about her and it made her look bad. Try again. Now, in typical social media fashion, people took that story, like I said, and combined it with the other story. And now you have a blog or this place, BCG magazine, saying trigger warning, sexual assault. And here they go, spreading this narrative here. They said the Akademiks video is one of the most disturbing things we've seen on here. He needs to be in jail. He claimed he has surveillance footage of his girlfriend cheating with his friends, yet you can hear her screaming for her life and being assaulted in the second video. Clearly, he's also being accused by another woman of sexual assault. What a piece of shit. These type of people hate women and are unhappy with their life. I hope this woman sues him and puts him and those scumbags in jail. Now, as much as you want to call Act dumb as shit for involving himself with a female like this or whatever the case may be, these blogs and these, notable pages on the internet need to be able to do more research or actually pay attention to what's being said before they actually go out of the way to spread a story. Because A, this was not footage of his girlfriend cheating on him. B, this was not somebody screaming because they were getting assaulted, sexually assaulted at that. And then y'all said he was being accused by a whole nother woman. No, the woman that you guys think cheated on him with his friends is the girl you're showing in the video, which wasn't his girlfriend. It was just a jump off that he was about to smash but didn't get to it. Now, Akademiks told this story. He said it. If you want to go to his live here, it's still up on the Academy. That's the page it's on, the Academy. It's called Back to Business. One Monkey Can't Stop the Show. It's 4 hours long, but he talks about this for about an hour and a half. Akademiks tells a story that he went out that night, him and his friends. He got super drunk. He ended up having one of his friends drive his car back to his house. A girl hit him up on the way to his house. He had a girl hitting him up the whole time, which was this girl right here in this video I'm about to play. She wanted to come through. He sent the girl an Uber. He said she was like 2 hours away. But he was so drunk that when he got home, he barely stumbled up the stairs, got to his room, and passed out before she even got there. This is his story. This is what he said. And not just his story, but what the actual police investigated and confirmed. They corroborated the story because they saw on the cameras that they raided They don't tell you when they raid your shit, so it's not like he erased footage or manipulated the footage. He had no idea he was finna get raided. I'm just bringing up some facts so that people can use logic in this situation. They saw him on camera. I'm not just trying to tell a story. They saw him on camera, laid down, barely make it upstairs, lay down and pass out. What else they saw was a female who came through to his house and engaged in sexual activities with 2 different guys. Now, when he put the story out, he didn't put a name, he didn't put a face. He just told the story of a girl he invited over that got smashed by 2 of his guys. Nobody know who she was. All of a sudden, this woman pops up on the internet and says this.
I look crazy right now, but I'm not going to stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened, Akademiks. You know that that's not what happened. And for you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just some thought, like we didn't know each other for 2 years. You tried to save yourself after your friends assaulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when you woke up, you were on top of me too. You raped me too, and a rape kit was done. You know what? I'm gonna come back with my own story. This what you wanted, and you're about to get it. I've been quiet for way too long.
Now, like I said, that's her story. That's her story. But it's hard for me to believe this story when an investigation already was done and the police already confiscated cameras and already confirmed that Act didn't have anything to do with whatever went down. So your recollection of waking up and him being on top of you, Act would probably be behind bars right now. Act would have a charge on him right now. But they didn't see that on camera. That's the interesting thing about this whole situation. And you have to use common sense in these instances. A lot of people like to do the trigger thing and they try to make you be like, oh, you're victim blaming or you're insensitive, whatever. No, I'm looking at the evidence presented to me. There was an investigation that happened. What am I supposed to say after niggas got it on camera? We're not going off just recollections and what you thought or what you think happened that night. We're going off the fact that the police took cameras and watched that whole night and decided, well, Akademiks is pretty innocent in this situation. They even got context. They got a disclaimer on this video. They do this on Twitter now. It says this clip is out of context. Akademiks and the police were kicking his ex-girlfriend out of the house. The police were there. That screaming that you hear in the background is her not wanting to get locked up. But it's crazy because once you start a narrative, it's there. Look at this. 12,000 likes, 4.6 million views. The narrative starts. Here we go. She screams out, from what I can understand through her screaming, why are you doing this to me? This is not consensual. It is RAPE. Go to hell for posting this. Fuck DJ Akademiks for releasing this. Imagine Akademiks releasing footage and audio of him sexually assaulting somebody. And then imagine people taking a narrative without knowing anything about the situation. I'm talking about they just see this and came up with this whole scenario in their mind. This doesn't make any sense to me. Now, here's where things actually get a little weird. Now I'm about to show y'all the other side of this. Because this is where now we have to ask ourselves, are these things actually happen, or is this going to be the instance where people are photoshopping shit? Because we don't know. We're in the day and age of AI. We're in the day and age of people or manipulating DMs and text messages and shit, trying to make it seem like somebody hitting them up when they not. I'm not giving nobody the benefit of the doubt. I'm just keeping you thinking logically and keeping you thinking with common sense. We'll see. And he hasn't addressed any of this yet. Akademiks hasn't went live yet, so we're gonna see when he addresses this. But this is the new information that's coming out. Besides the girl that claimed sexual assault and the girl that stole $500K. Apparently, a high schooler shows DMs and screen recordings of Akademiks liking posts of her in bathing suits and even contacting her in DMs to get her attention. Multiple young girls have been getting messages from him. Watch this.
So I seen this post in the shade room, him saying that there's no difference between a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old, that he would still have sex with a 17-year-old, if she had an ID or something like that. If you guys want to see the context of the post, then just look. But it was giving very much creepy, pervy vibes, right? So I was looking at his face and I was just like, why does his face look so familiar to me right now? So then I'm like, hold on. This is the same dude that was in my request that I found so weird, because he didn't really put anything. All he put was like a heart, and I thought that was so weird. Here y'all go. I know people was not gonna believe me, so yeah. And you not gonna say nothing in my DMs but just a heart. And I think that was bait for me to text back, but I never texted back because I'm just like, what am I supposed to say to this? I looked at my likes, and why out of all my pictures that I have on my Instagram, he only liked the one that I have in a bathing suit. So mind you, I looked at my likes and I didn't even remember a dude's name for real. So I just put I am because that's all I remembered. But I'm scrolling down and ding, 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 he's right here under a picture with me on my bathing suit. Everybody that keeps saying she's 18, it's legal, she legal. You're weird. If you're literally waiting for girls to turn 18 just to, do stuff with them, you're a predator, bro. That's just weird. I don't understand what a 30-year-old would want to do with somebody that's 18 that didn't even graduate high school yet.
Oh my God, the attention seekers out here, bro. Mans didn't even approach you in a way to open up room to have a conversation. The fact that you decided to get on the internet and do this clearly shows that you wanted some type of attention. And the people that try to be extra in trying to convince you that they don't really know who this person is, or they wasn't trying to find out, or they forgot this person's name. Oh no, this person was they were so not on your mind that you decided to get on the internet and make this whole video and respond to comments about this person. Now, granted, liking pictures, doing those likes, man, I'm telling you, to get you caught up out here, guys, you might want to calm that shit down. Don't be out here, especially when it comes to motherfuckers that's young. Stop that shit. Now, we talking about certain text messages that came up, and now we have more people coming forward. It says, allegedly, Akademiks is linking and flying out underage girls and keeping in contact with girls to turn 18 to have sex with them. This is a new story, and there are multiple girls coming out about him making them drink to the point they're unconscious and unresponsive so he can assault them. Here's some DMs that they've apparently unveiled between Akademiks and some maybe underage girls, allegedly. He said, where you from? She said, Michigan. He said, when you 18? She said, October 23rd. Then she messaged him, do you already make your video? He says, no. She said, can I be in it? And then she said, yo, cousin, fine. Interesting conversation. When you ask somebody when you 18, that's so crazy. That's actually crazy. I don't know how I can't defend that. There's no defend that. You're asking a motherfucker when you're 18 when there's all this legal booty walking around outside, and on top of that, you rich and you famous. What are you waiting on motherfuckers to turn 18 for? It's just crazy. And being a person that just got done talking about all the freak offs and shaming Diddy as you should, but then being DMs doing this type of shit. Now, apparently, this is him with some girl. Now, I don't know how real this is, because if you actually zoom in on here, his arm is actually there's an arm that's like, it's like you could tell it's photoshopped in. You don't see the rest of his arm. It's like half an arm right here. Then that's what kind of told me, like, wait, so what DMs are these? Like, are people photoshopping DMs? Because if you're sitting here photoshopping pictures of you and Akademiks together, who knows what people are doing with text messages? Now it says, I linked with him this year, but it felt different and I realized he was a predator, so I didn't have sex with him. Now he got his bitch harassing me, calling me a fan. I linked him in July for the last time. He invited a girl over and he said he wasn't sure if she was 17 or 18, but he still fucked her. He kept trying to make us drink and take our clothes off while we were in the backyard. Then she said, so I've been dealing with him since I was 17, but he waited to fly me out until I turned 18. He would get me drunk as hell to F her and record it. He also hella tapes. He has hella tapes of her drunk out of her mind. Every year when he gets a new cum rag, they DM me and harass me to tell me I'm crazy, etc., even though I never talk about him or really exposed him for being the predator that he is. Why do y'all wait? Because I mean, I have to make this very clear. For the women out there that have information on a man, you could be saving other women by putting them on blast. I thought women were supposed to protect women. I thought y'all were supposed to be there for other women. You withholding information and sitting on it until somebody gets exposed. I mean, come on now. I'm not asking you to be a vigilante. I'm just saying, look out for your fellow sisters out here. Damn. Now, more text messages were propped into the forefront. He said, I passed out for most of it. Then now this is what the text messages between him and the girl who alleges that she got assaulted by him and his friends. This is the text messages now that they have of these are alleged text messages. These aren't confirmed. These are alleged text messages. This looks like Ak posted them on his, Rumble. This is him on live showing the text messages. He said, she texted him, I was passed out for most of it, but I'd wake up now and then. And also I was in shock. I got most of the information from you before then. I never met the other guy. So he just took the opportunity, I guess. And then Ak said, that's why I told you I don't judge, just trying to make sure you made the choice to do whatever you wanted to do. Then she said, always with you, but not this time around. I backed out. I remember you waking me up during the night. They said you was trying to call. Then she said, he got mad at me saying everything with Ak has to go through me first and a whole bunch of creepy stuff. He said, I don't know. I'm getting two different stories. LOL. I didn't ask them about anything about that night until today after you texted me. She said, I wish I could see the entire video, how I got upstairs after the pool and when the other guy got naked on top of me. Everyone was gone when I got up. Now, when it comes to this situation with that girl, I need y'all to understand that these are the type of situations that we need to be warning our daughters about. I like vetting the situation, vetting what's happening. You got somebody that's about to send, you don't even live next to this guy. You live 2 hours away somewhere. You about to get a lift somewhere and you know he's drunk as shit. He's passed out when you get there, and the only people that are up are his two friends who are sitting there clearly being weird. Now, what I do think happened is that his friends might have took advantage of her while she was drunk. That might have happened. Because the way that Ak told the story himself, I'm not just thinking about her story either. The way that he told the story about his friends coming upstairs and being like, yo, you need to, wake up so cause we about to leave. You need to lock the door. First of all, I hope he's still not friends with those niggas. Cause that's a setup. They set this nigga up. like I said, an investigation happened. They raided this man's house. They took cameras and they looked at the footage and confirmed that Akademiks had nothing to do with whatever this girl was claiming happened. But those two dudes, I wonder what happened to them. And I wonder what the police saw that turned into them not getting arrested. Very interesting. I just, this whole story, all these things are crazy, but at the same time, I don't like the narratives that have been pushed as far as things being taken out of context, the information being mixed together and people actually taking things and starting narratives to make this whole thing blow up to, oh, he's a predator and he is he sexually assaulted someone. The whole predator thing, that is up for debate. I need to make sure that those DMs are real, and if they are, then we can confirm that Ak be on the prey side of the game waiting for girls to turn 18, which is weird as shit. Now, as far as his girlfriend goes, the girl that stole $500,000, these are signs that men need to understand. Like my guy down here, Rico YouTube said, this is a conversation we need to have with our sons as well. Learn the signs, man. Get away from somebody when you have the chance. It can save your life and it can save your mental health. Right now, I'm pretty sure Ak is going through it now, especially with all these allegations on top of his head. Excuse me. Now, as we move forward, I'm going to keep y'all posted on this whole academic situation as we get more information. He has yet to go live to really speak on this. And really, if I was him, I'd get the information. I'd go and get the video footage. I'd get all of that. And make sure that it's played for whoever needs to see it. And clear my name. Because that's some egregious shit to have on your name. I wouldn't want to have that. Now, before we get to the next topic, I need y'all to know one thing, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Also, for my people that like to partake in the greenery, I need y'all to hit up my people over here at pharoahdistro.com because they said that they fuck with GMS. And they fuck with me so much that they gave me a promo code to use for my GMS family, which is, of course, GMS. All capital letters to get 20% off everything on the website. I need y'all to check that website out, too, after the show is over because they got so much dope shit on there. And 20% off of everything on there, man. You cannot beat it. Now, if you want to know what I'm talking about, I got you right here. Hey, yo, GMS fam, what's going on? This episode is brought to you by the good people over at Pharaoh Distro, and they were so courteous enough to send me my own Dab X Go. That's right, the brand new Dab X Go. For all my chiefers out there, this is exactly what you need, all right? If you like concentrates and you want a better, cleaner hit, this is exactly what you need. I'm going to take it over to my guy, Chris, so he can let you know a little bit more about this product.
There's so many features on this product that are new and revolutionary and different to the other electronic dab devices out there. And I'm going to talk about a couple of them right now. In our device, the dab comes directly out of the heating element and goes directly into glass above it. So it's absolutely the cleanest, freshest dab you can get. In this device, the vapor goes up while the reclaim goes down. This minimizes your reclaim considerably. This device produces almost no reclaim compared to conventional devices. You'll get anywhere between 50 and 100 dabs on one charge.
Now, GMS fam, if you want to go to the website and check out more of what they got at pharoahdistro.com, you can get 20% off by using my promo code GMS. That's right, use promo code GMS and you can get 20% off everything on the website, man. Y'all have a good one. Shout out to Pharaoh Distro. Shout out to Pharaoh Distro. My people over there, like I said, 20% off everything on the website if you do GMS in the promo code section. All capital letters, man. Make sure you do that shit. Shout out to Pharaoh Distro and my people over there with the Dab X. They gave me my own Dab X, man. I'm telling y'all need to check that shit out. Now, GMS fam, more has taken place over the weekend. All right, I need y'all to understand that there's this person that just doesn't. She can't stay away from lawsuits. She can't get away from being sued. The person I am talking about, of course, is Tasha K. Now, after Tasha went through her whole Cardi B ordeal, left and went to Africa and tried to hide all her funds so she wouldn't pay the $3 million, she tried to pretend like she was going to turn a new leaf. She thought that she was going to be like, yeah, you know, I'm going to do my thing correctly and I'm going to make sure that I cover my tracks and make sure I get my information before I go, and spew bullshit. Well, that didn't necessarily happen. Who you are is who you are. And what Tasha K is somebody who just doesn't give a shit about her life, apparently. So she decided that she was going to have Will Smith's former assistant on her show to spread information about Will Smith getting his cheeks clapped by Dwayne Martin and some other things, Will beating on Jada and all types of shit that he wanted to reveal to the public. Well, they ended up suing him, and I believe they are suing Tasha K as well, but we will see at a later time. Now, she decided to double down after that because, of course, she tried to pen some open letter to Cardi B and try to act like she was all changed and everything is brand new. She's not this type of person anymore, blah, blah, blah. Cardi said, you know, I'm going to try to give her a shot. You know what, maybe I'm going to just drop this whole thing and just let it go. Until the Brother Bilal shit happened, then Cardi said, this bitch ain't never going to change. Fuck that shit. It's still open. You still owe me $3 million. Fuck all that bullshit. Then she had another assistant come on to her show, and this person claimed that they were an assistant of Kevin Hart. Now, all of a sudden, this person is going around giving information about Kevin Hart to the public, and this is what she had to say.
For was the Harts.
Yes.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Nico Hart.
Nico Hart.
What made you reach out?
It is a time for Hollywood to hear this story, especially because a lot of people are locked in non-disclosures and they're not able to
Come on, motherfucker. Keep playing.
Talk and protect themselves. Mm-hmm. But you have to protect the person you're working for. Where's your protection?
When did things start to turn up around there?
She said, where's your protection? Nothing happened to her. Nothing happened to her. She's talking about where's your protection. Motherfucker, he needs protection. Niggas need to be protected from you. Fucking vulture. These type of people are parasites.
Extortionist. I'm listening to Mario on the radio in the morning. I almost crashed my car because I heard him say that Kevin's best friend, JT Jackson, had set him up.
In exchange for millions of dollars.
All the charges were dropped against JT, but they weren't dropped against Kevin.
They redug up, I guess, old LGBTQ jokes or something.
Correct.
That he was saying on Twitter, and they wanted him to apologize, and he said, fuck you.
Haley is his publicist, so she called me. She was just like, hey, Maisha, have you spoken to Kevin? I was like, no. I was like, Dave Becky just called me, his manager. Why? And then she was like, the whole Oscar thing, Kevin needs to say an apology. He's about to lose Nike.
The first scandal was with the first baby.
Correct.
The one in Vegas.
Yes.
So these other scandals.
It's another one in the office.
She pregnant again.
Correct. With her second baby.
And he's still leaving semen stains all over the couch at the Heartbeat studio.
Correct.
And showering and then going home like.
I told Nico, like, Kevin is cheating on you with a girl named Mix Morgan. She's his flight attendant. She's on his planes.
Does Kevin have a gambling problem or something?
His game is poker.
He gambled y'all money away and had to pay y'all half checks?
Yes. Exactly.
Imagine ruining yourself like this. Like, you had the ability to be Kevin Hart's assistant, one of the top comedians and actors in Hollywood, which means your resume works for any A-list celebrity out there. You have destroyed yourself that fast just because you want clout and because you want attention and because you want to be a messy bitch. You did that for what? See, this is why I don't get about people that come forward to do these things. And this is why I don't get with people that have a platform that allow these people to come through and do these things. Now, when this happened, I'm not even going to play the rest. When this happened, Kevin Hart didn't waste no time. He went and sued Tasha K, right? And at first I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. But see, there was something that we didn't know about it. I said, hold on, wait, this isn't just regular. He isn't just suing Tasha K. It says extortion. What do they mean by extortion? Well, let one of the good sisters from TikTok, because they do so well on TikTok, man. Black women go on TikTok, make these videos, and spark conversations all damn day on Twitter. It's hilarious. But watch.
Will Tasha K ever learn? The short answer is probably no. So according to the Neighborhood Talk and The Blast, it says that Kevin Hart is suing Tasha K for extortion after she allegedly told him that she won't release a damaging interview if he paid her $250,000. Now, The Blast was able to pull those court documents that Kevin Hart and his attorneys had filed. Now, in those filings, Kevin's legal team says that on November 22nd of 2023, they sent a letter to Tasha K regarding her recent and ongoing violations of civil and criminal law. The filings demanded that she immediately cease and desist all such activities, and it continued to say, and I quote, "You are already engaging in criminal conduct and tortuous acts that would entitle Mr. Hart to monetary damages against you should he elect to commence civil litigation regarding this matter. To the extent that you do not cease and desist now, your liability for such monetary damages will increase, as will your exposure to criminal penalties." Now, Kevin Hart's attorney, by the name of Dante Mills, explained that an unknown individual claiming affiliation to Tasha K's blog reached out to someone on his team. Now, that person allegedly working on Tasha K's team stated that they conveyed an intent to publish a damaging story on social media, quote unquote, the story. However, they declared that Hart could avoid the public seeing the story if he paid them $250,000. Now, the document filed in the courts said that it falls under the Penal Code Section 518, which gives rise to both criminal and civil liability against you or anyone involved in the efforts to extort Mr. Hart. Now, we're also finding out that when his team was reached out, basically asking him to bury the story for $250,000, Kevin Hart had actually sent that to the police. Now, Kevin Hart's attorneys also added that in advance to your threatened publication of the story, quote unquote, you posted a teaser with Mrs. Shakes. And for reference, this was the teaser that Tasha K had published. Now, they stated it was posted on her YouTube, which clearly was intended as a threat, sending a message to Mr. Hart's team that the more detailed story, quote unquote, would not be published if and only if the ransom was paid. Now, it doesn't look like Tasha K or her attorneys have applied to this lawsuit that was filed. Now, in the coming days, when more of the filings come out, we're going to see if Tasha K actually attempted to extort Kevin.
Now, there you have it from the good sister over there at TikTok. I don't know her name, but good job. What you have here is a good old-fashioned shakedown. See, Tasha K is desperate. So desperate that she would rather keep an interview enclosed than release it because she needs the money to pay back her legal fees. Here we are now. Kevin Hart, I hope you get everything. I hope you decide to take Don't even give her room to breathe. Somebody said Tasha K ain't gonna stop until her kids start to eat ice cubes. Ice cubes, nigga. Hey, I agree. She seems like the type of person that doesn't care about her family. They said if she can't pay, they will start garnishing her husband's wages. Imagine being married to somebody like that. Imagine that. Well, you don't even care about their livelihood. You don't care about their funds, their bank account, the work, the money that they worked hard for. That now they are getting threatened to have they shit taken because you decided that you need to run to Africa, hide your funds here and there. Get this motherfucker out of here, man. Fuck Tasha K. And I mean that. Now, speaking of people who have been having a very interesting time on the internet, Dr. Umar was a guest on the Joe Budden podcast where a lot was said. so much. There was 3 parts to this interview. 2 parts. But they're trying to work for a part 3. One of those things that was said during the interview was Dr. Umar talking about Eminem and how he can't be a hip-hop GOAT because he is white. Now, because of the backlash that he got from that, which you saw from everybody, not just white people, but black people, of course, he decided that he wanted to go live to speak on it. Now, this whole thing is 29 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I want y'all to get some of the gist of what he's trying to say. He does repeat himself a lot, but just the gist of where he's coming from when he says Eminem can't be a hip-hop GOAT because he's white.
The reason I'm going live tonight is I want to address the Neanderthal nation. I'm going live tonight. I want to address the Neanderthal nation. Oh, yes, I do. I want to talk black to the Caucasians who have been stalking me for the past 48 hours. I want to talk to the Neanderthal nation tonight. The Caucasian community.
The Caucasus.
You have been cyber stalking me for 48 hours, and I don't mind. I don't mind. You can continue to do it as long as you want, because I don't care if the opinion of every Caucasian is to the contrary. I say what I mean to say, and I stand on everything I say 10 toes down. But let me say this to the Caucasian community. Let me say this to the Caucasian community. When I look at your anger, when I look at your rage, when I look at the responses from America's Caucasian community over this issue of Eminem being the GOAT of hip hop, and let me say this, I have nothing personal against Eminem. My comments on the Joe Budden podcast had nothing to do with Mr. Marshall Mathers personally, and I want Mr. Marshall Mathers to understand that Dr. Umar Ifatunde harbors no personal ill will towards you. This is not personal. This is business. This is not personal.
Business.
This is business. Eminem, I want you to hear me, young man. This is not personal. This is business. You are a talented musician, lyricist, producer. You seem like you are an okay guy. You've never done nothing to me, and you've never done anything that I personally witnessed to be worthy of condemnation. So my comments are not personal. They apply to any non-African. This is about business, the business of protecting the integrity of African culture. I said my comments on the Joe Budden podcast was about business, not personal. The business of protecting the sacredness, authenticity, and integrity of African culture. I said that no non-African can ever be the best of anything in African culture. You can't be the best cook of African food. You can't be the best rapper of African hip hop. You can't be the best singer. You can't be the best priest of African culture. Nothing we create can a non-African be the best at. First of all, it makes absolutely no sense at all. I don't even see how an African can come to the conclusion that a non-African can be the best at anything when we are the oldest people.
Now, just to stop it there real quick, a lot of people have an issue with what he's saying because they're looking at it from an artistry standpoint and from, him being somebody that was involved in this. It didn't get the, silver spoon handout that a lot of these white artists who've come up over the past 10, 15 years in hip hop have gotten. Eminem was somebody who had to work his way up. Now, this is not me. I don't even know how to put it. I'm not trying to put on my cape for the white man, so to speak. But the real is real. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I've ever seen Eminem do is, keep it rap and show his respect and admiration for the culture. And somebody who has always realized that he was a guest in the culture, even though he is one of the top artists, top lyricists of our generation. I'm talking about my generation. Eminem worked his way up, and there's nothing, and I'm sure Dr. Umar will agree to that you can't take away the work that he's put in. There's a reason why people find him to be one of the GOATs in hip hop. But does that mean that he is? In my opinion, no. I don't find Eminem to be one of the GOATs in hip hop. I'm not trying to, and that's just my and I think a lot of this is personal preference. A lot of it is personal preference. People can say the GOAT in hip hop for many different reasons. It's subjective. If people really love Eminem's music, they're gonna deem him one of the GOATs. There's somebody out there that feels like that an artist that you think is trash is one of their GOATs. People think Lil Yachty is the GOAT. People think that the Baby is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure people in the chat right now don't think that, but that's what it is. See, when you have these conversations about music, it's all subjective. There's no, and he understands that this is his opinion as well. He wants to preserve hip hop and only make it a black thing, but at the same time, I feel like he's kind of going about it in the wrong way by just going at Eminem. Make it an overall white thing. How about that? Because when you talk about somebody specifically like Eminem, who has put in the work and who has done what he's done in his career, you're inevitably going to get backlash for it. But we're going to hear more about what he has to say about this.
We are the first people, and we are the most numerous people. So when you say a non-African is better at X, Y, and Z than a member of the race, you're saying that this person can do this better than 2 billion Africans. Or you're saying not only can they do it better than 2 billion Africans on the planet, you're saying they can do it better than all of the billions of Africans that have ever walked the planet Earth. You know, and I know that that is absolutely ridiculous. You know, and I know that that is absolutely ridiculous. You know, like I know, that that is absolutely ridiculous. And from a cultural integrity perspective, this is not about Mr. Marshall Mathers. I don't have nothing personal against that man. But from a cultural integrity perspective, haven't they stolen enough from us? Haven't they appropriated enough from us? Haven't they robbed, stealed, killed, enslaved, lynched, miseducated, mass incarcerated, politically dominated us enough that you mean to tell me that after 404 years, you got black people running around playing defense attorney and cheerleader for white folks? You got black people running around after 404 years playing defense attorney and cheerleader. The fact that you got black people arguing for a white man to be considered the greatest of all time in an African art form speaks to how psychologically ill we are as a race of people. After all we have been through in this country, you got black men running around playing defense attorney for white folks.
Now, this is why they're doing it, Dr. Umar. I can honestly say I don't feel like it's because the black people that are taking up for Eminem are on some, oh my God, my white zaddy. It's because they actually like his music. And when you think about what music does to people, you'll understand why they defend it the way that they do. When I talk, like, music is in its own realm. Yes, race plays a part in a lot of things that go down and things that happen and some of the music that comes out. But music gives you a different feeling. There's people out here that feel like their lives got saved because of certain songs or certain artists that have come out. There's people that when they hear a song, it changes their mood completely. You never know where people were in their life when they first heard a song by an artist that they love. So they'll go to bat defending that artist as much as they can. So I don't think it has anything to do with this complex of being damaged so much that we have to defend a white man from a black man. Excuse me. But it's more so about people that love his music and understand that they can call him the GOAT if they want to, that are out here defending that point. That's the difference.
Advocating for Marshall Mathers.
Hold on, let me read some of y'all shit. T-Fan 1 said, Happy New Year's, GMS. Happy New Year's, brother. He said, Eminem can rap. I support all Midwest rappers, but Eminem is overly hyped up by the media. Golden Radio Hour said, there's no rules to art, so it's all opinion. Still Elise said, yeah, he's taking that to the extreme. It's just an opinion on who the GOAT is, no different than the Jordan-LeBron debate. Exactly. And it's in different eras, man. In different eras, different times, people can be great in their era. Yeah, not saying anybody's right or wrong. Ari said, this like arguing which is better, McDonald's or Burger King, is all subjective and opinion based, but leave it to him to make it something it's not. Scratch my head. Yeah, so he has a lot to say on this subject. I'm gonna play a little bit more and then we're gonna move on.
Nothing against Eminem personally, but for a black person to go out of their way to fight for any white person to be considered the greatest of all time in an art form that should be sacred to our community, our culture, and our people is absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. But let me address the Caucasian community, because I've been called racist probably 1,000 times today, and I don't mind. I absolutely do not mind, because there's a few things we know. After 1,000 years of direct interaction with Caucasians, there's a few things we do know. One thing we know about you is you're not honest about anything if it jeopardizes your power and control of other groups. Let me say that one more time. I'm talking to all you Caucasians who saw fit to have a temper tantrum on my timeline. I'm talking to all you Caucasians who saw fit to flood my inbox. I'm talking to all you Caucasians.
I wanted to address the hypocrisy.
He was about to start going off.
Of
all you Caucasians,
perpetrators of racism who call the victims racist. I wanted to address that, but I've been informed that members of the Neanderthal Nation have been reporting me. So I'm not going to be able to go in the way that I wanted to go in. I really wanted to expose the hypocrisy of people who have more energy for a conversation on who's the greatest rapper than they do for protecting black people from the police. I really wanted to deal with the hypocrisy of these Caucasians who have so much negative energy for being told they have no business exploiting black culture. But we don't see that same energy for giving black people reparations. We don't see that same energy for justice for black people. We don't see that same energy with making sure African people get their fair share of a country that our ancestors built with their bare hands. See, if they cared as much about police brutality as they care about Eminem being called the GOAT, if they cared as much about police brutality against black people as they care about Eminem being called the GOAT, if they cared as much about mass incarceration reform as they cared about Eminem being called the GOAT, if they cared as much for black women being sexually trafficked as they care about Eminem being called the GOAT.
This is why people put the label grifter on some individuals, because a lot of people can't stick to one subject. A lot of people like to shift the goalposts a little bit so that they can hold some type of validity to whatever it is that they're trying to explain. bringing up police brutality and bringing up all the other shit when it comes to just people's subjective opinion on a rapper. Come on, man. Come on, Umar. I know you're smarter than that, but it works for the people that really follow him. That type of shit works. Let me tell you something, man. Newsflash. White people don't give a damn about us. Like, they don't. And I need y'all to understand that there's, no matter what we do, there's no reversing that. Like, racism has gotten so out of hand, bro, that I scrolled past a video today of a plane crash. A whole plane crash. 2 white individuals crashed in a plane, a small plane somewhere in the hood, right? Here's the video.
Oh, where he flew out the motherfucker? What the fuck?
Look at this.
There's somebody else in there? Oh my God, I don't think he made it.
Now, look at the caption. Imagine not only crashing your plane, but crashing your plane and these morons are your only help. Then you go on to see white people go to the reply section to go crazy on black people because they didn't like the response that the black people had in the video to 2 white guys crashing the plane. Somehow it was the black people's fault. Somehow it was the black people's fault that these 2 motherfuckers crashed their plane. Now, I know some people like, oh, why aren't they calling help? Why aren't they trying to help? First of all, who knows if they call help or not? Second of all, what do you think niggas can do for people that just crashed a goddamn plane? What do you think they're supposed to do? Everybody now is supposed to be trained in the medical field now. See, people that spring into action immediately sometimes to help people that have grave bodily harm done to them, they don't know that when you grab somebody, let's say somebody severely broke their back. Something happened, they fell on something, severely broke their back. When you try to pick them up, you could paralyze them for the rest of their life. Just that simple movement of you grabbing them and trying to lift them up or try to help them up, you could have paralyzed them just like that. The average American doesn't know that shit. That's 1. 2, like I said, what the hell do you think these people supposed to do for niggas that just crashed a plane besides call help? The only difference is the reaction. The only difference is the reaction. They assume that if this happened in a white neighborhood that these people would be saved and all these great things will happen. Nigga, everybody breaks out their cell phone nowadays. This isn't a black problem. Do you know how many people whip their phones out in the time of need and help, when people need help, just to record some shit to post to the internet? Look at this shit. They expected these people to do something. I don't know what they could have did. Man's plane, the plane is crashed. He's down on the ground. What do you want them to do? I see this every day on Twitter too, man. It makes no sense how interested white people are in black people. Like, we stay on their mind. We're supposed to be the sensitive ones. Black people are supposed to be sensitive, and we're the ones that don't know how to let things go, and we're so violent. White people choose violence every single day when they speak on black people, especially on this app, this X app, this Elon Musk app. And here we are, still standing till this day. What I say to people when they get on the internet, though, is to ignore all that shit. Don't engage, because now they made it a thing where they need engagements. You see this? You see this little blue check right here, the thing that people pay for, so that they can get a bunch of engagement by triggering people with race-baiting posts like these? You ignore it. Let white people talk amongst themselves. Racist white folks need to talk and discuss things amongst themselves. Let them look like the psychotic, mentally ill motherfuckers that they are. Don't engage, because they know it's easy for them to say some shit and have a bunch of black people pull up and give them engagements. They getting paid from this shit. Don't even contribute to the dollars. You know, I see them now, they trying to advocate for, and it's crazy, they trying to advocate for Derek Chauvin to be free, because now they're really trying to push forward with the George Floyd died of a drug overdose, and there's a man in jail for his murder that he didn't do. Shut the fuck up. We watched it on tape. We watched it on tape. We saw what happened. We don't need to run with this false narrative that this man overdosed. He didn't. If you want me to keep it a buck, if that man was such a pure crackhead like people want to paint him as, that fentanyl wouldn't have did shit to him that day. He would have still been alive to do fentanyl another day. Learn about some crackheads, if you will. Y'all need to learn about them. I ain't no disrespect to George Floyd, but it is what it is, man. It's reality, man. If he was a crackhead, then he definitely wouldn't have passed away that day. That fentanyl was like a gummy of coke to that nigga, basically. We saw what happened. Derek Chauvin kneeled on the back of this man's neck for several minutes until he was unconscious. And had absolutely no remorse for the shit. The entire trial, writing shit down in his notepad the entire time, not showing no emotions. Probably feeling good because of all the messages and all the support he got, not only in front of the scenes, but behind the scenes. Do y'all know how many? And they're showing their faces now. You know, like the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Tucker Carlsons and all these people that are making it their mission to prove that Derek Chauvin is innocent of the murder of George Floyd. These are the people that's helping fund his jail stay, helping send him shit in commissary. These people are trying to help his family out. These people are making sure they try to help his legal team, all this shit, to try to help him get out of a situation he put himself in. The way white people have each other's backs is the same way black people should, without any type of remorse or feel bad about any of it. And that's why it goes back to Dr. Umar's point. He may be going overboard with the Eminem shit, but the fact that he wants to keep hip hop black and have respect for our culture the way that we should, I understand where he's coming from. These type of things we need to rebel against. We need to fight against. But in the right way. This social media shit is just for the trigger. I don't interact with these racist white people on the internet. That's what they want. They like that. They get off by that. They're weirdos. They be on their phones beating off, talking about, yeah, fuck black people. They love that shit. It turns them on. Don't engage. And that's my message to y'all today, man. GMS fam, the Green Room, it's been a real show today. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Hey, once again, for those that are listening, man, we are doing the GMS Fund, all right? The GMS Fund is here to help us grow and help us continue to move forward and improve this show in a positive way, man. We need more things to help us up production around here, man. New cameras, new mics, all that shit. So if you want to help the GMS Fund, You can donate to it to the Cash App below in the description as you see. One of my moderators, if you would like to put the Cash App in the chat so that they can see it, I would most appreciate it. Make sure you go ahead and support the GMS show in a big way. Spread the news as well, man. All the support and all the help is needed and appreciated. Hit that like button on the way out, man. Hit that share as well. Put a GMS in the chat. Let's go. Hey, I see you. Appreciate your areas. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, appreciate y'all, GMS fam. Everybody that pulled up today, much appreciated. I see you, King Lukey, Aries, Baby G, Zen Master, George Smith, Subliminal Frequency, Golden Radio Hour. Who else we have in the building, man? Stiller Lee, T-Fam, 1, J.R. Miller, Way Too Shy. Who else was in here? Rico YouTube, Chris Blue, One Fast R, Avenue P. Okay, GMS fan pulled up for real. Mike Reimer was in the building. Grits and Gravy was here. Beans was here. What's Happening was here. Team 642, Robert Thomas, all in the soil. Vale was here, man. Thank y'all so much. Oh yeah, go make sure y'all watch that new Chappelle stand-up on Netflix, man. This is why that man is the GOAT. Ain't no question about it. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care what y'all say. It's Dave Chappelle. We Team Chappelle over here, nigga. Fuck you talk about. GMS fam, the green room, it's been real. We out.